Herb, why have they been, I mean, you guys came back on them the second game, but both times they got out in big leads, and they've been pretty effective against you, and you guys have been awfully good against everybody else. Is there a common thread there, besides the fact that they're pretty good?
Yeah, they are pretty good. I mean, they, I think, lost one game in our conference, so it's not just when they play us. They're a nationally ranked top 20 program. And, at the top of our conference, Gonzaga and St. Mary's both share that national ranking in stature. So you got to give them a great deal of credit. They've sustained it for many years and do a great job. But at the same time, even though we didn't get the outcome we want, I think if we take a step back and we evaluate ourselves, nobody will be more critical than we will be. But at the same time, I am really encouraged and excited about our momentum, our direction, the progress we're making, and we're enjoying that journey, okay? And tonight, win or lose, isn't going to be our final destination, but I think we're doing things the right way, and we're making clear and significant progress.
Coach, after USD, you mentioned tongue-in-cheek. I got to make sure my team knows what time the game starts in your estimation. Did they know what time the game started, and how did they attack those first few minutes?
Yeah, we might have been off by about 2 minutes, but we were closer this time.
There we go. And then when you reflect on the journey, like as you mentioned, trying to get to that final destination, what are you proud of in terms of the progress, and what more do you need to get over the mountaintop?
Yeah, I just feel a tremendous sense of gratitude to represent Santa Clara University. It's a university with a tremendous spirit. I feel great gratitude in coaching the men on our team. I feel really blessed. The best thing any of you could do, I'd recommend is get to know our guys, because I know I sound like a proud parent, or in my case, grandparent. But it's so true. We have great guys, and we don't take that for granted. And so even when things don't go our way, there's still a good spirit. There's still a sense of optimism and joy that is a great pleasure to be a part of. And so I'm looking forward already to next year. I'm looking forward to the guys that will be back. I'm excited about the new guys we have. And there's so many measuring sticks for our program that if you just blink and look back a few years ago, we've traveled a nice distance. And that doesn't mean to imply we're content or complacent or, in some place lacking humility. It just means we're excited, we're encouraged, and we're optimistic.
Question in the back.
Kind of speaking of the future, him had a really nice night tonight. 5 for 6 from the floor and 13 points. Where do you see him fitting in the future, especially with Maverick in front of him at the point?
Yeah, no, Christian is an outstanding young player, and you're right. That's a great question because he really stood out tonight in a special way. With Brenton being out, Christian has played a significant role for our team down the home stretch. But we see it every day in practice. He's extremely competitive, and he keeps getting better. And, he has a bright future. He comes from a basketball family. He's a winner. He won the state championship in Colorado as a quarterback. So he has a lot of attributes that impact winning. And it was great to see him play so well tonight. Each time he goes out, I think he gets a little bit more comfortable. And we needed him. And that was one of the signatures of this year's team, because it seems seldom, if ever, we had our starting five together. We had an odyssey of guys in and out, and no different tonight. And so the silver lining with that is I think it really allowed us to establish our greatest depth that we've had. So there's always, depends on how you choose to look at things, there's the opportunity to see good in it.
And then with Ball, he's had a rough 3 out of the last 5 games. Anything that you think you can do to make him more consistent and be that 20-point?
Well, I'm not making an excuse for him or our team,
Is he still injured?
but Adama had an injury,
Yes.
and here down the home stretch, and you know, a relatively significant one, and you know, he missed several games. He didn't practice, and that has added to the challenge, right? And so he's a terrific player. He's a first-team all-conference talent. But I mean, you know how you feel some days if you just have the flu, right? It's hard to be at your best. Well, it's the same thing, and it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. If you hurt yourself like he did, without getting into the details of his injury, that takes some wind out of your sails. And, you know, and that's not an alibi for him, but that is a reality.
Anything else for Coach Sendek? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.